Hello everyone. In this video you will learn about properties of addition and multiplication. There are 5 properties. First, commutative property. The commutative property states that numbers on which we operate can be moved or swapped from their position without making any difference to the answer. Commutative property of addition. The commutative property of addition says, any change in the order of the numbers being added, addends does not change the sum. For two numbers a and b, the generic formula for the commutative property of addition and multiplication. Adding 3 to 5 is the same as adding 5 to 3. Both will give a total of 8. Commutative property of multiplication. The commutative property of multiplication states that changing the order of the numbers or the factor being multiplied does not change the product. Multiplying 3 times 5 is the same as multiplying 5 times 3. Both give the same result. Associative property. Associative property is defined as when more than 2 numbers are added or multiplied, the result remains the same. Take note, the property applies only to addition and multiplication, and does not apply to subtraction and division. The associative property of addition states that the result of adding 3 or more numbers is the same regardless of the order they are performed. Solving the left side gives 10, and solving the right side also gives 10. So, the associative law of addition holds. The associative property of multiplication states that the result of the multiplication of 3 or more numbers is the same regardless of any order they are performed. Solving the left side gives 30, and solving the right side also gives 30. So the associative law of multiplication also holds. Distributive property. It is used to simplify and solve multiplication equations by distributing the multiplier to each number in the parentheses and then adding those products together to get your answer. Distributive property connects 3 basic mathematic operations in 2 pairings: multiplication and addition, multiplication and subtraction. The distributive property states that, for real numbers, a, b, and c, 2 conditions are always true. Solution for distributive property over addition. Given. Distribute the multiplier and multiply. Add. Answer. Solution for distributive property over subtraction. Given. Distribute the multiplier and multiply. Subtract. Answer. Closure property. The closure property simply states that if we add or multiply any two real numbers together, we will get only one unique answer, and that answer will also be a real number. Closure property is applicable for addition and multiplication for most of the forms of numbers. Closure property of addition. Closure property of multiplication. Closure property of addition states that when any two real numbers are added, the result will be a real number. Closure property of multiplication states that if any two real numbers a and b are multiplied, the product will be a real number as well. Identity property states that any number multiplied by 1 gives the same result as the number itself. It is also called the identity property of multiplication. This is because the identity of the number remains the same. Identity property connects basic mathematic operations in 2 pairings: addition and subtraction, multiplication and addition. In addition and subtraction, the identity is O. while in multiplication and division, the identity is 1. That means that if 0 is added to or subtracted from n, then n remains the same. Identity property of addition. A number is always being added to 0. The sum is always that number. Identity property of multiplication states that any number multiplied by 1 gives the same result as the number itself.